Good early morning. I'm LJ with today's adventure stop, currently on Interstate 5 freeway heading north. Actually approaching downtown LA here pretty soon. We're on today's adventure. It's a little vlog adventure. Are you ready to join me? Let's go.
Stay on the left 2 lanes.
Straight ahead, the skyline of downtown LA. And who do you think has more pride in their city? New York or LA? I'm leaning towards New York, even though I've, well, never really been there. So on today's adventure, I decided a few months ago to book an annual trip to Whitney Campground in the Inyo National Forest over in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. And I've been going there since I was a kid. However, with a couple setbacks because of scheduling for work, I wasn't able to book it until late August here. So here it is in almost late August and we're on a camping adventure. However, today we're expecting Hurricane Hilary out of all days. So it's gonna be quite an adventure. Let's see if we can stay dry. All right, let's continue on the Interstate 5 freeway north.
Is a lot larger than you would think.
Alright, and as we're continuing on the Interstate 5 freeway north, passing through the Burbank and Glendale area, right past Channel 7, and right up there is the big IKEA. And as I drive along, oftentimes the longer 30-minute vlogs of Adam the Woo keeps me entertained on these long road trips. Heading out towards the San Fernando Valley, and the sun is starting to rise.
Hence the name Sushirita.
Silmar.
Combination, the best of both worlds.
Straight ahead. And I want to say it was 1992 was the year, and there was a major earthquake right here in this area, and part of the freeway collapsed, and I think even an off-duty police officer, motorcycle officer, or maybe he was on duty, but the freeway basically collapsed and he actually went off the edge. Not a lot of people know about that, pretty sad. But yeah, it happened right over here in this area. And from what I remember too, in 1992, that same morning, there was actually 2 earthquakes. There's one here, right in this area, and then like 2 or 3 hours after, there was another smaller one in Big Bear, California, which is about, I don't know, 30 miles away from here or so. Very interesting. We haven't had an earthquake in quite some time, but here we are waiting for a hurricane in Southern California. Very odd. Wow, and just take a look at that sunrise. I know with the impending hurricane arriving, it's bringing in a lot of those clouds straight ahead here, but wow, it's gonna be beautiful sunrise. And we're currently looking, I want to say eastbound. Yeah, sunrise is in the east, right? Yeah, it's kind of weird because the road curves around here, but we're currently in Santa Clarita, which is over on the kind of eastern side of the I-5 freeway here, of the San Fernando Valley. Not sure what that was right over there, but it was a sea of cars. I don't know if they're new or used, but there's a giant sea of cars. Very odd. And as we continue traveling northbound on the 14 freeway here in Southern California, we're approaching Palmdale, Lancaster, and the little city of Rosamond. Rosamond's pretty cool. It has a, what's called the, I think the exotic feline breeding cat center or whatever it is, and they have a lot of cool large cats, being that they have like jaguars and cheetahs and like, I think like tigers maybe, and other cool things like bobcats and caracals and whatever. But yeah, they actually breed them out there, and you can actually pay a fee, like a small little zoo, and walk around, check them out. And what's really cool about the EFBC is that if you get there early enough in the morning, you can see them all out and about and doing their thing, because they kind of hide later in the day because it gets pretty warm out here. I'll link the video in the description down below. You can check it out if you like. And we're making our way out of the mountainous region of a few miles back of the Santa Clarita area, which is, I don't know, about a 15-20 miles back that way. That's the California Aqueduct right out there. And we're making our way towards the Palmdale, Lancaster area. towards the east, you're gonna reach way off in that distance. That's kind of towards the Las Vegas slash Arizona area. But as you can see, that wall of clouds over there, that's the beginning formations of the bands of Hurricane Hilary. So it's a coming. But of course, before you reach there, off in that distance is the little old mining town of Boron, and then you'll eventually reach, what is that? Not Victorville, but Barstow. And continuing on past there, of course, you have your way, you can split to the 15 to Las Vegas, or to the 40, which brings you to like the Bullhead City area of Arizona. Way off in the distance there, you'll find a sea, an ocean of windmills. And whether you agree or disagree, whether they're dangerous or efficient, or they help or they hurt, they're out there, and there's a lot of them. Continuing forward as the 14 turns into the 58, you have the little town of Mojave. You have the BNSF trains here, full of graffiti, artwork, and just a few little fast food eateries to stop at. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here and top off on some fuel. All those windmills. And here at this gas station, the fast trip, it's $4.75 for a regular unleaded. Decided to pick up a couple bundles of firewood because normally the road that I take out there, it's currently closed. So the general market will not be a stop. Hey boy. All right, have some firewood for you. And the vehicle is well packed in. You can sniff away on the old firewood here. And $4.75 a gallon. They say not to top off, but I always top off. I've done it. Way off in the distance out there, you'll find an airplane graveyard. All sorts of different airlines, some that exist, some that do not exist any longer, but that's where they go to die. Decompose in the sun. Continuing forward on the 14 North, this is pretty much the beginning of the eastern Sierra Nevada side. Beautiful views. And this here is Red Rock Canyon Park here off the 14 freeway. Currently about 77 degrees, but where we're headed to Whitney Portal Campground, I just checked and it's like 46 degrees. A little cold up there right now. Normally this time of year it's a little bit warmer because it is August, but because of the storm front coming in, it really chilled things out. But normally during the afternoon, it gets up to around 80 degrees. But today we're expecting a high of around 58, I think it said. So we'll see when we get there. Would you take a look at that straight ahead? Yes, Red Rock Canyon Park. Pretty awesome. There is the Red Rock Canyon Visitor Center and the Ricardo Campground. Ricardo. And way off in the distance, as this splits off to the Kern River Valley and Lake Isabella Lake, down there is the city of Ridgecrest. And continuing on from when the 14 freeway turns into Highway 395 here on the eastern side of the Sierra Nevadas, excuse me. Over here off in the distance, off on the right-hand side, you'll find Death Valley. And a lot of these mountains straight ahead were filming locations for Star Wars. And these rock formations are a little unique. And they're kind of blackish in color, they're dark. and they almost look volcanic. And for what I hear, way over there, that little dome, I heard that's like a cinder cone, and I don't know if it's true or not, because I still have to do the digging to find out if it's true or not. And if it is, it's probably extinct, of course. It's not active, but a cinder cone is like a mini volcano, essentially. But yeah, I'll get a shot of it as we get a little closer. And this truck here, it's a truck that delivers ice, and it looks like it's the Mather Brothers Ice Company, serving California, Arizona, and Nevada. A little strange, or sorry, it looks like Walter Mather. Yeah, Mather Brothers. And it's a little strange to be hauling ice across the state when you can just have ice machines that make it locally, right? A little strange. And straight ahead, holy rock formations, Batman. And that's what I believe to be the cinder cone. See, and there's more of those jaggedy black rocks there. I don't know, imagine what if millions and millions of years ago this had liquid magma flowing all through here. Wouldn't that be crazy? There you go, there's a nice good view of the cinder cone. It's like a giant pimple. Dr. Pimple Popper, let's go pop it. Oh, stay on the road. And see, my suspicions were correct. There's a road called Cinder Road right there that we just passed. Cinder Road, Cinder Road. Are you related to Cinderella? Well, there you go, that answers that. It is a cinder cone. Extinct, hopefully. Onward we go. And this here is the Coso Junction rest stop. One of my favorite places to go. To stop. Adventure stop. Pretty small, but there it is. Time to go to the bathroom. Would you take a look at that view? It's nice and quiet out here. Highway 395 on a Saturday morning. It's definitely peaceful. One lonely truck going by right there. And off in the distance, the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Go ahead and zoom in there. Check out all the trees on the mountaintops. And for whatever reason, I usually go through the town of Lone Pine, but it looks like Whitney Portal Road is closed for whatever reason or another. So I'm taking a major detour I have never taken before, and it's actually taking me not through the town of Lone Pine. So we'll see how this works out. We're almost there. And I know you can't see it from here, and I'll try to zoom in the best I can, but it's not gonna work. But if you look closely, I can look closely, there's little tiny bits of snow still up there in August. Pretty amazing. So right up there are the Sierra Nevada mountains, and right down here, this blue building. If you like to drink water, I like to drink water. Do you like water? The Crystal Geyser water factory is right here. So they source their water naturally here from all of the snow that builds up, and this big blue building is from Crystal Geyser. See all the pallets there? It's, well, it's actually pretty empty. I wonder if they're still in business. That's interesting. Crystal Geyser was here. It doesn't look like they're really here anymore. Very interesting. The giant orange. And I wish I could remember that YouTube channel, but somewhere in this area, right near the Owens Valley dry lake bed area, this little silo, rusty silo off in the distance, reminds me of a YouTube channel where he bought an entire ghost town. And it's pretty cool. He's trying to not really bring it back to life, but at least bring it back to functioning again. And he's been out there probably for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now, and it's pretty imaginative, pretty unique. I wish you could find that channel. If I find it, I'll link in the I'll leave it in the link in the description down below. But it's pretty awesome that someone decided to almost take a homestead way out here in the middle of nowhere. You're right over here by this RV park on Highway 395. It's saying to take a left turn onto Lubkin Canyon Road. Alright, let's go check this out. So we head up to the mountain, Mount Whitney, straight ahead. And it's definitely full of greenery here, lots of dragonflies and other insects and creatures. But this little road is pretty windy, a little sketchy. So, 2 hands on the steering wheel, straight ahead. I've never gone this way before, and I'm assuming that they're repaving Whitney Portal Road, but there's a good stretch, a good portion of it from the town of Lone Pine that goes almost halfway up the mountain. So at some point, this road is supposed to lead to another road, which eventually will reconnect to Whitney Portal Road, because that's the only way up and down from up there, as you look at the jagged peaks of Mount Whitney. And off in that distance over there is part of the Alabama Hills. Wow. Wow, very sketchy. It's a single lane road here. That's different. Hi, moo cows. Hopefully this goes all right. It's definitely an adventure. Now this section of the road over here, I can understand there's a turnout, so if there's a car or a big trailer or something coming your way here, you can, you know, be the better person and just divert off on the side of the road. But like here, where are you supposed to go? I mean, it's a little sketcy up here. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. This is a little sketchy too. Look, there's a guy in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on going. Okay, this is a little better now. We just came from that direction over there. Over there is that big rock that's painted like the Kiss singer with the big star in its eye. And now we have at least a 2-lane road again, which is gonna eventually lead to Whitney Portal Road. Oh, and I just remembered that rock that's painted like what I call Kiss Rock actually is a Nightmare Rock, I think is what they refer to as. And it's way over there, off in the distance. Sure enough, as we're 2 miles away from the next junction, the next intersection, it looks like there's a construction sign here that says Whitney Road east to Lone Pine is closed. Yes, it looks like there is long-term construction there, my friends. So if you're gonna make your way out into this area, be aware, there's a way around it. Wow, look at them, our beautiful hills. All a part of the Alabama Hills area. These very unique rock formations. There we go, the end of the line. That explains it. Right down there, the road is closed, and that's actually what we're turning on right now, is Whitney Portal Road. Those jagged peaks straight ahead. The tallest one, or the biggest one, that one there is Mount Whitney. And it's kind of really strange, the temperature difference, because really to go up there to the portal, it's only like 20 minutes from down here. And currently it is 78 degrees, but we'll find out how much the temperature drops as we start to climb. And it's a little hard to see, but if you look straight ahead, literally you don't have a lot of switchbacks. The major one is right up there. And that's about it. It really is just straight on up. Because right now I think we're currently around 3,000, maybe 4,000 feet in elevation, and up to the portal, I want to say it's about 8,500 feet in elevation. So you do a kind of a steep climb, but it's very, very quick. As we observe the snow-covered peaks here of Mount Whitney making the climb, temperature right now is about 74 degrees, but it is changing. We have some cotton ball-like clouds off in the distance here, because we're currently in like central, not quite northern California, but soon enough, those clouds, they are going to be rolling in from, what is it now, tropical storm or Hurricane Hilary. So definitely the weather is going to change for the worst here, and I do have a tent. I was gonna set up a tent. However, I think I'm gonna have to sleep in the vehicle because we might be expecting some torrential downpours. But just like Mickey says in Fantasmic, you are about to find out. And as we're making the climb up to Mount Whitney Portal here, there's not that many switchbacks, meaning that the road kind of curves back and forth. So if you kind of get car sick, this little campground is really awesome for you. Well, first check out those views. Those amazing views of the Owens Valley, right? But as you're heading up here, you're not going back and forth and in and out all that much. So it's, for the most part, a pretty good straight shot. So you're not gonna really get car sick or motion sickness here. Another reason why I like this place. Make that climb, but look down. Whoa, ho, ho, check that out. Pretty amazing views. And I'm really curious to see what the campground looks like right now, because some of the schools are going back shortly here. Some have actually gone back this past week here. Other schools don't go back to school until after Labor Day, after September, but I'm having a feeling that it's not that busy up here, because I think this car is the only one that I've seen for quite some time. As we approach this little U-bend here of the switchback, 15 miles an hour, this is probably the most treacherous one, but there is a guardrail here. You just have to kind of slow it down as you make your way through. And I have other videos where I did time lapses of driving up this road because it really is short. It's not that long going up from Lone Pine, which normally Whitney Portal Road is open, up to the mountain here at Whitney Portal. But would you take a look at that view? Owens Lake down below, really amazing. We're so lucky to get these views today because these clouds are gonna obscure a lot. Not too long from now. And that was probably just about the worst part here. The rest of the drive all the way to the top, I mean, it is a little steep, yeah, so my RPMs are kicking up a little bit on the car there. But we'll be at the campground in probably 5 to 10 minutes here, I assume. Actually, no, not even that. Like it says 3 minutes. So once you hit this bend right around the corner, we're practically there. That's cool. I love those camper vans. They are sleek. And another vehicle coming up around the corner here. Oh, looks like there was another little fire of some sort down below here. We have some burnt trees and whatnot. That's pretty sad. Actually, it looks like it went all the way up the mountain here. Thankfully, it looks like they were able to stop it. And a lot of these trees up here are able to be saved, but that wasn't like that. Even though I skipped last year, I wasn't able to come out here because I was in Alabama. Yeah, Alabama last year. So it's nice being back to Mount Whitney. Keep in mind, you won't have cell phone service up here, so if you need to get cell service around this area is probably where you're gonna get maybe one bar, if that. But if you look down below, there are definitely some rock slides, because there's definitely some rocks and boulders on the side of the road here, so use caution. And the Portal Campground begins here. There's a small section of, I don't know, a small handful, maybe, I don't know, 5 to 6, 7 or so campsites down below, but the main campsite is a little further ahead where you see those vehicles parked. There you go, 39 through 44 right down there. And the remainder, 1 through 38, are right up here. Welcome, we have arrived. Hey, so I'm gonna start part 2 of this video where I walk around and show all the campsites. So if you're interested in that, see the link in the description down below. But Thanks for joining me on today's travel vlog, driving vlog from the Southern California area up to there, Mount Whitney. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Do me a favor and subscribe down below. And give this video a nice like and thumbs up because it helps promote this video to more awesome people like you from throughout the world. Hey, thanks and welcome to Mount Whitney Family Campground. Made it, kids. Made it. Bonus footage. I'm currently stopped on this little bridge here, and if you look down below, I see fish. Can you see that there? There's a trout. Hi, Mr. Trout. I will find you. Oh, and bonus footage. It's currently 67 degrees up here, so still pretty warm, but it's supposed to cool off quite a bit. Haha, we made it.